Broadcasting live from Dar es Salaam, this is TBC News, our top stories. Tanzania and Romania commit to broaden ties. Reigniting hope through voice of Global South. Good evening, I am Nasa King. Thank you very much for joining us. Just a reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. And also follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and X pages at TBC Online and get all the news 24/7. Tanzania and Romania have agreed to strengthen economic, political, and social ties after signing 2 memorandums of understanding. The MOUs target to enhance agricultural sector, disaster management, business, education, and health for betterment of the people of the 2 nations. Malio Cheta was there and has prepared the following report.
This is the first Romanian high-level visit, and today the visiting Romanian President Klaus Iohannis meets President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan at the State House in Dar es Salaam. After internal discussion between the 2 heads of the state, the witnesses the signing of memorandums of understanding that aim to foster the agricultural sector development and improve disaster management in Tanzania.
Kama mlivyoona utiaji wa saini wa hati mbili za makubaliano.
We have witnessed the signing of 2 memorandums of understanding between the government of Tanzania and Romania. The MOUs focus on cooperation in agricultural research, food security, and disaster management. This cooperation aims to strengthen our capacity in the agricultural sector and disaster management.
Kwenye sekta za kilimo na kukabiliana na maafa.
We have witnessed the signing of 2 memorandums of understanding between the government of Tanzania and Romania. The MOUs focus on cooperation in agricultural research, food security, and disaster management. This cooperation aims to strengthen our capacity in the agricultural sector and disaster management. The signing of these MOUs will be beneficial in disaster management, but also agricultural improvement.
Furthermore, Samia Suluhu Hassan adds the 2 sides have also agreed to increase trade relations.
We have also held discussions about business and investments. Basically, we have been working together, but the output has been low in comparison to the available opportunities. Moreover, we have discussed how to strengthen our business relations and seek for areas that we can work together. For instance, we can invite Romanian business people to come to Tanzania and vice versa.
Maeneo ambayo tunaweza tukafanya pamoja, kualika wafanya biashara wa Romania waje Tanzania au wa Tanzania waende Romania.
We shall use our political influence to assist Tanzania and other African countries to attain their goals in the global platforms.
The state visit by the president of Romania seeks to rebuild Romanians' relations with Africa, capitalizing on the existing potential for cooperation and exploring unexplored areas, retreating Africans' key role in shaping global trend in 21st century. Malio Cheto, TBC News.
Remaining in Dar es Salaam, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa says the international community is all to support developing countries economically, including Tanzania, to expand the scope of participation of its citizens. He made the remarks while presenting the government statement at the inauguration of the 2nd Voice of Global South Virtual Summit, chaired by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. Speaking on behalf of President Samia Suluhu Hassan, Prime Minister Majaliwa urges Global South to explore ways to incorporate developing countries into the global economy.
Moja kati ya mikakati yetu ni kuboresha uchumi wa nchi.
One of our goals is to strengthen the economy. We have also voiced our demands to developed countries so that they can cooperate with us in strengthening our economy, business environment, investments, among others. We are also following closely global economic trends and determine ways in which we can be part of the global economy. The main objective is to have an inclusive economy which will bring development to individual people and the country as a whole.
Opening the meeting, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, says despite the fact that the forum has more than 100 members, they are still united by common needs and priorities. Today's meeting has involved heads of state and 13 representatives, including 6 presidents. The forum enables developing countries to discuss the challenges they face and raise their voices so that they can be represented at the upcoming G20 summit that will be held on November 20th this year. The 6th term government has invested approximately 1 trillion shillings for the construction and repair of ships and marine infrastructures. The investment, which covers Lake Victoria, Tanganyika, and Nyasa, is said to have surpassed all other prior budgets. Here is a report prepared by James Larombo and read by Kanki Mwaigomole.
It is the port of Mwanza South, and the launch of the cargo ship MV Umoja Kazi Endelee is underway. The ship has been repaired at a cost of 21 billion shillings. The event goes hand in hand with the signing of 3 ship renovation projects.
Experts measured it. It was worn out, despite the fact that it was built in 1964. We then asked for 61 billion shillings consent from the government to give the ship a new life and to be able to function for the next 30 years.
The decommissioning of MV Liemba in Lake Tanganyika, Mount Nyangumi and Mount Ukerewe, both in Lake Victoria, are both going to cost the government more than 48 billion shillings.
The implementation of these projects is very important in building the Marine Service Company Limited, the ability to provide safe, efficient, competitive, and affordable passenger and cargo transportation services to citizens whose taxes cover the costs of these projects.
When these projects had arrived in Mwanza, like the MV Umoja, MV Kazi 2, and this one, once completed, they will not only be just projects, but they're going to leave us with a lot of experts. The Deputy Minister of Transport, David Kihenzile, says the government plans to bring about major changes in the transport sector, where until now, more than 1 trillion shillings has been used for the water transport projects.
With the signing of different agreements that have been signed today in repairing the 3 ships, it has reached a total sum of 1 trillion shillings, something that has never happened before.
The expectation of many is to see this strategic investment bring about desired changes.
It will boost the Tanzanian economy through the transport sector.
Institute of Engineers Tanzania, IEA, has formulated an Emerging Issues Committee, which is a special committee to look into how to integrate engineering into better building a better tomorrow for Tanzanians. Speaking during the launch, the chairperson of the committee, Engineer Ramo Makani, apart from outlining what the committee will cover, he says the outcome of the committee will facilitate better government decision-making, insisting on interlink between engineering and policy formulation for economic development.
These shall include, but not limited to, the likes of climate change, environment, sustainable development, engineering practice, public policy, engineering welfare, engineering ethics. Looking at this short list, one clearly sees the interface between engineering and the policy in the country, which refers to the many ways in which engineers, policymakers, and other stakeholders link up to communicate, exchange ideas, and jointly develop knowledge to enrich policy and decision-making processes and research as will be applicable.
Engineer Makani furthermore urges the engineers to perform their duties professionally based on the current codes of conduct and practice.
Borrowing from its current code of conduct and ethics for engineering practice, underlines the importance of engineers to perform their duties, aware and conscious that they are bound by a common commitment to promote engineering and to facilitate its practice for the common good based upon a framework for responsible professional practice.
On the other hand, the chairperson of the Institution of Engineers Tanzania, Engineer Dr. Gema Modu, says the committee will come up with better ways to deal with disasters, while the vice president of the institution, Engineer Asamoah Popo, has said that the committee will be able to put forward recommendations to improve cities in Tanzania.
Hii kamati ambayo tumeianzisha ambacho madhumuni yake kwa kweli ni kushughulikia.
My expectations for this committee that we have just formulated is to come up with recommendations on how to deal with disasters when they arise, because as you have said, some of the disasters may arise due to weather conditions, technical issues, or any other related reasons. As we propose that we must have a group or a committee that will sit and look into the matter in details and give us recommendations on how to deal with them with accuracy and more eloquence.
Lessons of city and town planning. We think now that we are focusing on developing our Dodoma as a new capital, are we learning enough from what we missed in keeping up with the city plan of Dar es Salaam? Are we learning enough from what others have been able to do? Considering these and many other things that can happen, we thought we needed to have a focused committee that looks at these things and then says, hey, let's put up a concept note and do something about it. Invite stakeholders and talk about it, either review standards or come up with something that can help us to be more ready.
Director of Higher Education in Tanzania from the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Peter Msofe, says the government will continue to collaborate with the Chinese embassy in Tanzania to create cultural interlinked platform for Tanzanians in Chinese as a tool to attract more investors. Emmanuel Samuel has more details.
Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Professor Adolf Mkenda, during the presentation of awards to students who have done well in learning the Chinese language, the Director of Higher Education in the country, Peter Msofe, says that the move will help strengthen the long-term relationship between the two countries.
Kuna vijana wetu hapa ambao wamejifunza Kichina na tayari wanafanya kazi katika makampuni ya Kichina.
The youth are here learning Chinese, and some are already working in Chinese companies, while others are still studying the Chinese language. We recognize what the Chinese government is doing, and the government supports them. We respect this partnership.
Lakini pia tunategemea makubwa zaidi kutokana na haya mafunzo ya lugha ya Kichina.
And the Chinese ambassador to Tanzania, Chen Mingjian, vows to continue to maintain the existing relationship between the two countries for the well-being of the citizens of both sides.
In China, we have a saying, amity between peoples holds the key for the relations between countries. So how to make the close relationship within us, then language and culture is very important. Once we understand each other, then we can cooperate more and we can have much to explore. I believe those young people can shoulder the responsibility to serve as the bridge or ambassador in the future for our two countries.
Some of the students awarded at the event say that the opportunity to learn the Chinese language will open the doors of employment for many young Tanzanians.
There is opportunity for me to study Chinese language because I studied about tourism, and I'll become a nice Chinese guide because I will guide the visitor from China in all the national parks and all the tourist attractions.
There is this saying that says that follow the ones with great power if you want to be great. Right now, China is among the great nations. So if you try to anticipate in the near future, China is going to be a very, very great nation. And that's why we are learning Chinese, so that we can be able to interact with these people and be able to work with them to achieve a better world.
More than 125 students from various schools in the country and 7 teachers have received the award this year. Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Samuel, for that report. Now, from education sector, we move now to business sector, where the president of Tanzania Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Agriculture, TCCIA, Vincent Minja, says his chamber aims high to connect the Tanzanian business community with other global business communities regionally and internationally. Minja made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during a special training for Tanzanian business community on exportation process and procedures, insisting the chamber now focuses on opening ways for Tanzanian products abroad.
Currently, we saw a lot of improvement in the business environment in Tanzania. And this business environment in Tanzania is now better, far better compared to past. Especially from the starting of the new government, which is under the leadership of our president, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. So we see it is our responsibility to make sure that we connect our business community with other business community in the world.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of Directors in Tanzania, Saidi Baraka, says that the relevant training is pivotal in increasing productivity and leadership skills. He made the remarks when he was closing a 4-day masterclass in Dar es Salaam, and he furthermore congratulates the Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation, TBC, for continued support.
And this week is to take, the leaders through that change, and mostly it is around first leading themselves, because you cannot lead others without being able to lead yourself. So leading themselves, or what we call self-leadership. Leadership is a journey, is a marathon. And what we understand and what we've got from them is the fact that they already feel empowered to go and effect change out there. Very happy for the partners we have. The likes of the TBC, which has been a partner with us for the past 5 years. And that makes TBC as well being able to show that it actually, very well appreciates the role of media to strengthen, leadership in the country.
On the other hand, some of the participants vowed to use the skills they have received as part of bringing changes in their institutions, and they call upon other public and private management teams to participate in various trainings so that they can increase their management knowledge.
This training has been a life-changing experience. The best thing about it is we've got to understand and to know ourselves better. As we inspire all to be leaders, it is better. We have to lead ourselves first before we can lead others. And this is all about what this training has been all about for the 4 days.
Through the knowledge which I have, it will increase productivity, it will increase engagement with my team. Also, it will increase teamwork, so I believe things will be very okay in my organization.
I call upon all leaders, all corporate leaders particularly, to engage or to participate in this kind of course, to brush up or to enhance their skills in the world of today.
The Director General of Tanzania Railways, Masanja Kadogosa, says that following massive investment by the government in the railway sector, especially in the standard gauge railway, SGR, the railway executives must be innovative in serving customers of all levels. Kadogosa made the directive in Dar es Salaam during the closing ceremony of a 2-week training for 74 customer care service department workers, targeting to ensure value for money in the railway sector.
We're going to be moving a lot of tourists to Mikumi, some to Serengeti, because we're going to be connected to Mwanza, to Morogoro. So obvious, we as part of logistics within Tanzania, we expect to move a lot of tourists to these national parks or to this tourist center. So my message really to the participants is that they need to stretch themselves. You know, you're going to have to be passionate what you are doing in order to have something extra coming from out of you.
Because as we're aware that the SGR is going to provide services to more than 8 countries in Africa. Now, different businessmen are coming to use the SGR. The tourists, as you know, also they travel from one part to another to visit different tourist destinations. How did we prepare this type of TRC to offer quality and expected services?
Some participants of the training believe the training has given them a fresh start in customer service.
Thanks so much, the government and the National College of Tourism, for preparing this training.
I would like to thank the National College of Tourism and TRC for preparing this training, which is very, very important to our industry, I mean TRC, and I think it's going to bring changes to our company and a country at all.
We have been here for the customer service training for 2 weeks, and I think we are going to bring so much impact for our department, since we have learned a lot how to serve our customers in an excellent way.
All the best to the TRC workers, and of course we expect better customer service. And today in our tourism feature, we continue with part 2 of the mini-series of Hidden Treasures of Lake Victoria, where aquatic researchers from different parts of the world come to explore and study the different species living in the majestic part of the continent. Let us now join Faith and Gaga in this captivating journey.
Upon reaching our destination, we scout the fishing area. It's here that we encounter not just Haplochromite cichlids, but other species as well, adding diversity to our research. Haplochromite cichlids are an incredibly diverse group of freshwater fish belonging to the family of Cichlidae. They are small, brightly colored fish and well adapted to a wide range of habitats and ecological niches. These fish are primarily found in the Great Lakes of East Africa, including Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika. They occur in some surrounding rivers and smaller water bodies, but nowhere else nearly as diverse as in the Great Lakes. Each lake has its entirely private set of species. Furu are known for their incredible diversity in terms of species, colors, shapes, and behaviors. They come in a wide range of colors and patterns, making them popular choices among aquarium enthusiasts. One of the most captivating discoveries is the Pulamelia nyerere, a cichlid species that proudly bears the name of Julius Nyerere, the esteemed president of Tanzania from 1961 to 1985. Furu can reach a length of 25 centimeters or even more. This remarkable fish showcases unique features in its coloring and patterns like zebras. It's a testament to the rich heritage of the region and a source of pride for its people.
Thank you very much, Faida Ngaga, for that report. And as I always say, that is one amongst thousands of reasons why everyone should visit Tanzania. Now, before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in international news.
Observers from the European Union and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, have congratulated Liberia for holding peaceful elections in the second round of the presidential election. The European Union delegation has said that the National Electoral Commission has demonstrated its ability to conduct the first elections peaceful without the presence of the United Nations delegation in Liberia. In the election, former Vice President Joseph Boakai has led with 50.58% of the vote against 49.42% of the current President George Weah. According to the National Electoral Commission, the votes of 5,107 stations out of 5,090 stations, equal to 86.61%, have been counted so far. Most of the citizens of Madagascar, among the 11 million voters who registered to vote, have appeared to obey the call of 10 opposition candidates to boycott voting in the presidential election held on yesterday. The Election Management Board in Madagascar has said that the level of voter participation was low. The board is expected to announce the results on November 25th, and then the Supreme Constitutional Court of the country will announce the official results of the election at the beginning of December. The second round is scheduled for December 20th if no candidate gets more than 50%. The current president, Andry Rajoelina, has expressed his confidence in being re-elected, ignoring several weeks of protests against his re-election. The army in Niger, which came to power in the July revolution, has officially established the Anti-Corruption Commission and the government court. The main task of the Anti-Corruption Commission will be to recover all ill-gotten and misappropriated public property.
International news, sports news up next. And in sports news, the Tanzania national swimming team coach Michael Livingstone says the quality of his swimmers and the level of preparations have given them confidence to defend the championship of the third zone swimming competition of Africa. The team of 29 swimmers is getting ready for the competition, which Coach Michael believes his competitors are good, but the preparation of his team is enough to once again win the tournament.
Talented in Tanzania, and so they need only support, to pursue the dreams, and we have good coaches. All our swimmers, they're doing so nice. Last year we had almost 60 medals from almost 29 swimmers. But this year we're 30 swimmers. We believe we're gonna beat our records, getting more than 60 swimmers. And all the 60 medals. And all medals, we believe we'll be getting more gold medals because all our swimmers are good. There's so many good we are good. We've been working hard for our swimmers, and we had a camp for 5 weeks. Then after the camps, all swimmers went to their own clubs. So we're ready for the battle, and we're ready for competitions.
The squad of 29 players of the national swimming team continues to train in Dar es Salaam to get ready for the third regional competition in Africa that will be held in Rwanda from November 24th to 26th this year. And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa Kingo. We wish you a good night and a beautiful weekend.